Hello and welcome back to another great episode of the Geek Tech Show. In today's episode, we are going to be checking out the Gerber Bear Grylls knife. And is this the knife that you should be getting for yourself? And we'll be comparing it to this miniature little thing and seeing which is the best knife for you to get. Let's get started right now. Today's video review is going to be focusing on the Gerber Bear Grylls survival knife. This is something I just wanted to have for a very long time. I like Bear Grylls, I like his TV show, and I owned this thing. This is the miniature Bear Grylls knife. I think it is one of the best knives that you can buy for the cheapest amount of price. And if you can get yours on eBay for like 10 bucks, this is a good deal. Now, why is it such a good deal, this one? First of all, it is extremely cheap. You have to understand that this is not top of the line thing. But it cuts very good. It has a very good blade over here, and that's all that really matters here. This is actually plastic. But what I like about it is that it's lightweight, it is small, and it does the job for what I actually need this for. And in your pocket it feels like paperweight, pretty much. Interestingly enough, although it is super cheap, it didn't break yet, so this is good quality. For what it is, that is. For the cheapness. Which actually brought me to buy the bigger knife. Because I like this one. I thought, well, if this is good, this should be better. Boy, was I wrong. So this one, it does come with a nice case. Over here there is miniature instructions manual. Who bothers reading those, specifically when it comes to knife use? Taking this out, you can see this knife. Now I understand that Bear Grylls is no longer as popular as he used to be, but there is a few problems with this knife. It looks good, but doesn't, like, if you want to flip this open with your finger, there's resistance here, like a lot of resistance, so it makes it a bit harder for you to flip this. Not easily to do that. There we go. So there's two resistance points. One, just opening it. Another one is to finishing the opening process. That is not the biggest issue I have with this knife. Now, when you press over here, that's where you have to press. You have to press it really hard, and then it folds back in. It seems like a simple, foolproof design. And in some ways it is, but it's not. The biggest issue we have is this rubber thing right here. So most high quality knives, they have a bunch better kind of a surface, but this is one of those few that has almost the whole entire thing made out of rubber like material. Now I would say this is pretty good because it's going to make it more waterproof, better than the plastic that is included with this one. And it has the metallic limbs here that you can go ahead and open it in case you need to. The biggest issue this specific one has is actually two different issues. One, of course, number one I already talked about, is the one opening and closing this up. The biggest other one is the blade being super dull, not really high quality good blade. You can see, like, this is, you need to sharpen this thing, it's not that good. On the other hand, this blade, kind of the same. It's actually a bit sharper than that one, to give this some credit. Now the other issue that this one really has is just the cheapness of this knife. It is actually a cheap knife. although it costs around $30, you're mostly paying for the Gerber name and the Bear Grylls. He's getting most of the money. I really think so. And when you press here, it's really hard for this to close. But over time, this knife in itself, by its design, the blade is just gonna stop working. This whole material here, this whole process here, eventually will lead to the demise of this knife over time. It will probably break, and you'll no longer be able to flip this open. It's just going to be just like that. It won't be able to open, it won't be able to close. Well, pretty much it won't be able to close. That is my thinking eventually, just because of the kind of knife it is. So that is my biggest issue with this. Overall, if you're really looking for something that is cheap, if you can find this for like under 20 and you want to throw this in your camping bag, some emergency knife. And my take about knives is better some knife than no knife, better any knife than no knife. But if you really have to get something else. This is just not gonna cut it. Whatever you think about Bear Grylls and everything, post down below. And the worst thing about this is just it doesn't flip open good. You have to double flip this, which is super annoying. So I'm rating, I don't know, this thing is just 7 out of 10 stars maybe, given the 3 points that I made. I know it sounded like 2, but it really was 3.